Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2, where I don't know exactly how much more of this we're gonna do.
Slowly swallowing the world.
Thank you, Wayne, for your contribution. But we're not at the end of it yet, certainly.
The seat of your denial, perched precariously in the murky gloaming.
I don't know if a whole run is... It's unclear to me how many areas we have to clear to get to Chapter 2, and if a run of this thing is all 5 chapters. Like, the shape of this is still a little bit of a mystery, and that's, you know, I am intentionally not, like, looking things up. But if this is meant to be played as a roguelike game, it does seem strange to structure it in a way that seems like very, very long relative to the average cycle of a roguelike, or at least a modern roguelike. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll just keep at it here.
You have cowered in your crumbling denial long enough.
You know, maybe it's the case that maybe it is the case that this is structured in a semi-roguelike way, but like if you get to the ending once, that's still like, that's actually beating the game. We'll see. Alright, so, the Jester. Razor's Wit, forward 1, gain dodge, that's pretty good. Back 1, blind the target. Having a larger number of sort of like lower impact status effects, such that the Jester can be like, you can buff up each of the Jester's abilities a little bit, will certainly help to make the Jester a little bit more interesting in this game. I know that a lot of people have a lot of very strong opinions about the Jester in the first game because they would not stop shouting them at me in all caps, but they were pretty reliably wrong in my experience. So requires target stress 5+. But just drops somebody's stress by 2, that seems pretty great. Slice Off used to hit both middle tiles, didn't it? It's been a little while since the first game. I mean, it seems fine. Now this is new. Bonnie the Runaway. Ah, because they needed somebody to do the new status effect. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Firefly is the same thing, but further back. What's a bigger burn? Smoke screen. 2 charges of blind, which is pretty nice. Back 1 and gain stealth. I have to say, in terms of damage output, a base level Runaway seems just worse than a base level Plague Doctor, and then also has much, much worse utility. Maybe this evolves in some way that's interesting, but right now this class seems crummy. Like, pretty crummy. So, in theory... I guess I'd rather have you in the back too. I mean, we're gonna take the two new classes, obviously.
Save a burning will to survive.
And you kind of want to be in second position, right? Although you're one of those characters who's gonna bounce around some. Yeah, we'll do second position for you.
A murderous melody lingers long after the final chord has been struck.
I think I still like this, and then that means we kind of have to bring Paracelsus for any targeted healing. And it seems pretty important. Yeah.
Indiscriminate science stains the surgeon's hands.
Without the Vestal, and the occultist does exist, but it's locked like pretty late. It does feel like party composition variance is going to be like a lot worse in this game. I mean, again, we're like early access. I'm sure there'll be more classes and stuff. I didn't actually look at their trades. I should probably have looked at the trades.
You came here seeking solace, but found stagnation instead.
That's very bad. That's a rough one. That probably is not helpful in any way. If the flame is high, you might gain some dodge, but also you're just gonna gain a ton of extra stress all the time. Hooray! How much you want to bet that our observed rate of proc here is considerably higher than 10%? +1 speed's nice, I guess. If the party's HP, if everybody in the party is low, or if the party's total aggregate HP is lower than 25% of max? Okay, resilient seems pretty good. And clutch hitter, of course, lovely. If you are on fire, bad stuff. Destroy positive token, guaranteed. That's rough. Okay, well, here's the big answer to that. Don't be on fire. Right? It's not exactly rocket science. So there was a patch, by the way. And I believe the patch happened before yesterday's episode. So yesterday we were playing on the new patch. But one of the big things about that patch is that a lot of the behaviors in combat that were supposed to be creating positive relationship points were simply not firing. So, you know, I noticed with some disappointment that, like, healing somebody when they're low on health never seemed to improve their relationship. It was supposed to. It was supposed to be doing that. So, in theory, a lot of those behaviors are now raised in value, and it should be easier to maintain positivity between people. We'll see to what degree that really bears out. I'm excited about this. That's cool. So let's equip some of our new things. First of all, combat items. Who cares a lot about the positions of the enemies? I think I am gonna cut. Let's cut if it bleeds for bleed out. And then you're gonna take the pouch of lie. And then, I don't know, somebody, whoever, can have this. And then trinkets, 20% stun resist, and bonus max HP. This would be a lot easier. I'm going to give these both to the Hellion for the moment. But she certainly won't make as powerful a use of them as the Man-at-Arms would.
Interminable faculty mixers became something of a delight, knowing we'd abscond to a quiet table and lose ourselves in riveting discussion and passionate debate.
You might have me confused with somebody else. Alright, food and remax our light? Sure, everybody loves that idea. Let's all try to get along with the Jester.
Abandoned or forgotten, it is ours now.
Cool, 50 flame and 2 slime molds. What is it, my birthday? Oh, near miss. So that opening bit is always the same, right? You always hit those same two stops and then it's the inn. That's weird. It's weird that is a...
welcomes you with open arms.
I wonder why it works that way. Why that was their decision. Oh, -2 leagues to the inn.
You see, even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
Alright, some stuff's not, like, fully correctly configured. We're gaining stress already. Get her.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
We probably just want to... Want to focus on her as best we can, but the Hellions not going to be able to do much to her either. Okay, I don't think that changes very much. And with you in front, all you can really do is fade to black, which is a crying shame. Oh, I guess actually, yeah, you being in the second position's not good. This party composition's kind of not ideal. Well, you. Hooray! Oh, actually, I need to make sure we have the right stuff equipped on our Witch Doctor. Or Witch Doctor? Our Plague Doctor. I like the new Jester animations.
Impediment cleared with impunity.
Alright, none of this stuff buffs anybody.
Messy, but effective.
Alright, now garbage items that the
shaken?
game will
There is so
direct
much
us to
worse
equip
in
immediately.
store.
So I guess it doesn't matter so much right now. Before we even have any mastery, everything's just kind of garbage, right? And then yeah. So hold on a second. Let's. You can do everything except for Inspiring Tune here, and obviously Inspiring Tune's very powerful. So so I may want to rethink that. But like, if I move you forward, we lose Firefly. It turns into Searing Strike, which is fine. Yeah, alright. For right now, let's do this. We're losing control of the backline, which does suck. And how are you at hitting the back? We can hit 3 deep with Razor's Wit. So this party makeup is actually extremely bad at dealing damage to the back row. Which is a shame, because the back row is where the problem is a pretty fair amount of the time. But we'll get there by just killing everyone in front of them. My rangefinder can maybe use a little bit of recalibration.
Lower your guard. Soften your gaze. It is safe here.
Listen, we're not going to get any softer.
Planning and mindfulness, as vital to survival as sharpened steel.
Okay, is it for sure Ounce of Prevention? It only lowers stress on people who are above 5 stress now. That is another change they made with the patch. Seems to be pretty consistent. Razor's Wit deals out a combo token. Fade to Black also deals out a combo token. Ooh, isn't that's plus some considerable amount of damage. Yeah, okay. Slice Off giving vulnerable feels like a big deal. I think we might even go that way. Now that we'll have Inspiring Tune. Maybe it is unwise not to maximize stress reduction, but we'll see how things feel with the patch and with the greater number of positive relationship things happening. We don't need any of that. Let's do some of this, though. Who's developing affinity with who right now? How are we doing? Alright, everybody loves the Jester. That's a thing. Let's have Bonnie and Sarmenti play darts together. Okay, cool. I'll try not to cheat.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
Okay, it's not a great place for the subtitles to be. Okay, this +1 mastery versus chance to stress heal a random hero each road segment. Well, I mean, win at least 4 road battles. That is harsh. That is a harsh one. Because you don't want to be doing road battles. Let's go for it, though. I think that
continues to spread its tendrils of rot.
the wind chimes seem very significant. All right, onward. Onward into hopefulness? What a strange idea.
The rancid crop grows unchecked and abhorrent.
So we need to follow as many blue roads as we can reasonably afford to follow. So we could go left or middle at first. Let's go middle. Let's see what's middle. Because we don't need an assistance encounter so badly. Oh, interesting. If 2 of the things are the same icon, there's no way to tell which one your people are asking for. It doesn't, like, highlight or anything. Well, that's a thing they need to fix. Okay, it was the one Paracelsus wanted, not the one Bonnie wanted.
The Wainwright awaits, eager to ply his trade.
Okay. Some pretty acceptable stuff. And again, combat items. Always got to be re-equipping combat items. Let's go for bandages on you and smoke bomb on you. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Y'all just want to let me know? Okay, that you got the dartboard. Alright, this is how it always starts. Positivity with the people enjoying each other's company. So, with this party arrangement, we're actually best at fighting the person who's in the second row. Feels like that's the one we want to start in on here. Pretty good. But see, I don't want to attack... Yeah, it feels like it would be a little bit of a waste to throw Searing Strike at that person, right? Well, I guess they're at 14. Are they? No, they're this one. So they're at 14. They're going to bleed for 3. If we got them for an additional 2 here, so they're effectively at 9, then this plus 50%... I don't know. It's not ideal.
A slow
Wow.
dissection,
Well, okay then.
an unavoidable end.
We did get the max damage, at the very least.
Early results are encouraging.
Yeah, it seems like it's going okay.
A slow dissection, an unavoidable end.
So now what we need is to figure out a good way of removing winded, right? There are some things that just generally remove negative tokens, like Holy Water does. I bet some upgraded healing ability probably will as well. But it's like once you've committed to bleed out, you're like all in on the bleed out strat.
The smallest variable can make all the difference.
Because now you're doing way less impact damage and you're very reliant on the bleed, right? Ow. My face. Okay, well, now that I'm in front... Do I want a pouch of lye? I think I do. Pushing you forward in this situation's fine, but like, yeah, with Slice Off being upgraded, it's hard to justify not doing it.
A righteous action. The slow suffering begins.
It's a lot of blood. This is a shame. Do I want to run and hide? What I'd really like is for the Plague Doctor to get a turn. But the way we rolled speed here really is not conducive. Let's just try to finish it.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
You know, it's better than an empty slot. Only barely, but... Who's gonna need the death blow resist the most? It feels like maybe Bonnie. Bonnie's in a high danger position in the party here. Alright, and everybody's cool on combat items still. Like rats in a trap indeed. Ingenious, adorable, friendly. That's us. Well, we don't have much yet. Ooh, that's a fine item. I would like one of these, please.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
And then beyond that, I do like these resistance until next in items. Also a grenade. A grenade seems like maybe a good idea. Let's take a grenade.
The tools
And then I'm not going to buy anything else, actually.
despicable and dangerous.
Because I want to make sure that we have enough money to give money to people on the road. But you know what? Even if we take the soothing poultice, we still should. Right? Most of the time, it's only 6 money that you give them. All right. So that was one road battle. Here comes road battle number 2. Familiar. Let us light this dude the hell up.
A brilliant conclusion.
Conclusion indeed. Do I just pouch of lye and start working on the next one? No, let's try to get the front 2 dead before we think about that. Let's do a little bit of wicked hack first. I definitely went in a little early on the make it lead. Ooh. Pretty bad set of outcomes there, actually. We don't know how long it's going to be. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. The Plague Doctor's turn is apparently quite late. Alright, well the days doesn't change very much here at least. Ooh. my face. You know what? I am gonna Glimmer of Hope. And then do feel like we should probably Battlefield Medicine rather than just throwing up blind tokens. Yeah. Okay, you are almost certainly actually dead. Alright, we can back up here so that Iron Swan is available. Oh no, my Iron Swan. That hack was not that wicked. I've seen wickeder hacks. I think rather than spend the Pouch of Lie, though, let's just go ahead and... Wow. Minimum, huh? Oh, and I have no way of doing even a single point of damage to you. Wow. With your eyes shut, huh? So it feels like... Plague Doctor goes last. Well, everybody else can waste time effectively though, and this thing dies on its turn. So I'm gonna try to create here a situation where we potentially get a little bit of relationship stuff going. I see he hasn't learned any new songs.
A little help, impeccably timed.
Right? Do we appreciate this? No, we don't appreciate it. Okay. Nobody cares. It can't be a high frequency thing,
still
right?
Lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
Well, 15% max HP is something. That's 2. So the real danger here, beyond not even running into enough road battles, is that you might fight road battles and lose them, right? Which is both embarrassing and a pretty bad outcome for your resource levels. So I'm very happy to see us getting a couple of positive marks here early. Okay, so we're going to hit this planned battle, and then potentially another road battle.
Feeding on the tainted crop.
And I feel like we got to go for this. These two are getting along, so I'm going to let it be Boudica's idea. That's a cool looking dude. Okay, what we learned last time is that actually the livestock is terrifyingly powerful. So let's maybe make that a high priority. Ah, forward 1. Alright, well, now she's taunting.
A breakthrough.
I wish I had more, a more efficient way to do a point of damage here. I really want it to be the Plague Doctor who does it.
Excellent work.
It's gonna feel like a huge waste if anybody else has to do a whole attack to deal 1, you know? Okay. Hopefully good enough. So, am I allowed to toe-to-toe here? No, cannot move or be moved. So I'm assuming... Well, I can just Wicked Hack. So you can start Slice Off on this one. Ah. Who has debuff resist? Come on. That was gross, and you got what you deserved. This, I think, is Pouch of Lie time. So... I don't want to run and hide here. I think I want to just... Yeah.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
You know what? Best medicine is concluding the encounter. Although 75% blight resist. Yeah, maybe I should just heal. Inconvenience. Yeah, and her move only moves her one space. Do I want to throw my only smoke bomb? I don't think it's necessary. She's not going to be relevant for the entirety of this battle. But, like, I can just keep doing Slice Off because this enemy takes up 2 spaces. And I think we're in a fine spot. I think we're going to be okay.
Problems have their solutions, even the big ones.
Okay. Just getting slowly escalating versions of that one trinket. Alright, everybody, initiate the hand-me-down process.
The loathing festers.
You or... Yeah, you, I guess. Also, try not to catch fire. I know how you feel about that. So that's all of the trinkets in. I do believe I used my last bit of lie. You know what? Just gonna give her some more lie. That's working out just fine. So we've seen a very, very high crit rate from her, but I think it's all just been luck. Like, the numbers on her skills don't actually look like they should be producing that crit rate. We just had hot dice today. Can y'all please get along in there for like 5 seconds? This is the easy part. You can't fall apart on me now. Oh, hey. Let's see one of these in a minute. The implication. All right. Well... Debuff resist 30%, huh? I'm gonna, yeah. Seems wise. Alright, good resist. Okay. I'm a little surprised. I guess it's all metal. I was gonna say, burn feels like a status effect that was created specifically so that you would have a thing that would still work on, like, sort of incorporeal enemies. Or not incorporeal, you know, unnatural enemies, enemies that represent like an object or something. But yeah, this thing's all metal. It probably doesn't burn so well.
On to the next.
All right. I am a little worried that we're not going to be able to get through this one. It's just this thing has a fair amount of HP, and we are very status effect heavy. So you're going to take 10. I am actually going to start attacking the other thing. So... You know, 4 to 7, and it still has the potential to put the vulnerability on.
Lethality writ large.
Even without the bleed, I think that's good. Interesting. It did say added the debuff, but it sure didn't added the debuff. Oh, I guess it's a vulnerability debuff, so it canceled out the second pip of the toughness. Okay. Yep, everybody enjoy that.
Excellent work.
Ah. Yeah, she's not going to be super effective here. Nor you, but you know, it still does some damage. 2. Alright, we have 2 rounds to get through the rest of this HP. I am very thankful that you went nice and early in the turn. Sadly, now she has to attack into one of the big buffs. Well, it's okay. I rolled minimum damage anyway. So yeah, we're not going to kill this thing then. Three to 6. No, it's still right to do this. Okay, the debuff did stick. I'm maybe being a little bit overly concerned. All right. The blind did just disappear. But it's fine. We got there.
Scavenge what you can.
Oof.
And be off once more.
Bad loot, but that's 3. So I am gonna go safe route on this next one because I want to hit the watchtower.
An elementary problem, is it not?
Let's just leave. Everybody's like, nah, screw this. I do not wish to search this desk. Okay, that's fine. What a weird outcome. I mean, I say what a weird outcome because it's like a weird thing for a character to do in a story. It is almost always the right action. It's definitely like a thing I know I would not be able to do, even though I know that it is always the right action in stories. At least a particular type of story, which this story very obviously is. I am definitely the character in the Lovecraft story who can't help themselves and reads the thing and then is destroyed by the knowledge. Okay. So let's take the risky path to the assistance encounter. And then if we win our battle there, we can go safe the rest of the rest of the way.
Voracious and decadent, the landowners and peasants alike descended into an orgy of consumption.
Okay. We got a bad setup here. This could be a lot worse, though. So... I can't move you. This is a situation where I absolutely would. A lot of debuffs and stuff stacking up here. Yeah, I guess just burn one of those resistances. And then how far can you move? You can only move one space. Well, you actually fight better from up here against this thing. At least a little bit better. Maybe we just stay like this for the rest of the fight. Right, please, yes. Right, because we can do everything we need from these positions. The only one who's really disadvantaged is the runaway, but she was not really contributing anyway. And she's only disadvantaged to the tune of like 1 or 2 points of damage at most, so. 27. Alright. The odds of her triggering her blind twice in a row like that are pretty low. We have rolled minimum damage on almost every attack so far too, which is pretty rough. Yep. This is looking actually legitimately quite bad. A little bit of bonus crit. Can't hurt. Annoying. Yep, and of course it goes over the attacks of the people who have the real abilities. Cool. I'm so glad that wasn't a 10. Wow. Okay.
All problems have their solutions, even the big ones.
How did that do 14? Max damage plus 50%. Was that a crit? It didn't. It must have been. Well, whatever. That's our road battles.
You must be strong enough to shoulder more than your share of the burden.
All right. Plus 15 light and a treasure, minus light and a whole bunch of stuff. So it is still the case that the characters don't emit... Okay, look at this. When we mouse over Bonnie, the Jester is giving off gold sparks, but only in a very, very small area, not all over the way he's supposed to, and it's obscured by the light bar, partially. Or actually, no, it's not even obscured by the light bar. There's just like a black object here that's cutting off... Yeah, that's weird. But see here, Bonnie doesn't appear to be giving off gold overlay at all when we mouse over Paracelsus. It's hard to tell if they actually agree here. I'm just going to take hers.
An unexpected find.
Respectful is a very funny... Wow, that's good loot. Respectful is a very funny thing for the game to be like, wow, this is so much better than the norm. And I guess it's fair. People are not generally respectful to each other, but the magnitude of it doesn't necessarily match up with the intensity of that visual effect and everything. Paracelsus is having a real hard time just like being decent to people. It's a gramophone with a scary mermaid on it. Sounds like home. Well, I mean, so minus 10 light plus trait plus stress. Okay, that's not that helpful. What I actually want, and it is completely bananas that we cannot have here, is to be able to right click on my characters and see what their current like stress levels is. Stress levels are, I think Boudica's pretty low. She could take it.
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
Wow. That's a really good trinket. I'm glad we did that. So, does it consider the trinket to have sort of like come out of our inventory space if I put it on someone? It does. Okay.
Procrastination of the inevitable.
I do love a hero shrine.
Utility itself.
But also, as we're approaching the end here, might be good to avoid unnecessary fighting. Boudica's in pretty bad shape. Paracelsus isn't far off of a little bit of a meltdown. And he's doing everything, or she is doing everything in her power to make it worse for no reason. Hello, friends. Please de-stress my stupid team. You want to steal from them. Let's not damage the respectful relationship. We'll have Paracelsus take the hit here.
An unexpected find. Your coach is laden. You can carry no more.
Pretty happy about the healing salve, actually. And let's see. You could be... Ooh, holy water. Holy water for your own debuff. And then everybody else is equipped. So let's drop... I'm probably more slime mold, is my feeling. You can never have too little slime mold.
Consider all variables, but do it quickly.
I think I'm going to dodge combat here. Do we want the mastery point? Paracelsus is going to have a breakdown. Probably. Two of us want to do the thing. Paracelsus will have a breakdown if we don't go for combat, but we have no way of knowing which combat Paracelsus wants to go to. So even if we do pick the middle route, it still might not work out. We're just going to have to let the breakdown happen. Meltdowns are fundamentally unavoidable in a way that's like pretty annoying. Yep.
Restless souls thrive in chaos they create.
I stand by there being just like far too many adjustment events in total. Especially considering that you have almost no control over any of them.
Abandoned or forgotten. It is ours now.
Alright, well we're going to gain some hope on this. Because we're throwing away almost all of that.
You can carry no more.
I might throw away a small stack of relics at this point. Kind of want to keep all of my inn items. Maybe I'm being a little overly aggressive about that. We are going to have to throw away some inn items, though, because we just have too damn many. Well, we could probably afford for it to be food. If we have 6 apples and cheese, that probably covers us. I really want to keep the totems. I'm going to toss this. And we still have to get rid of one more. I think it's going to be one of the stimulants. Okay. From here, simply on to the end. But yeah, like, part of the problem with there being such a very large number of relationship and stress adjustment events that you have absolutely no control over is that it means that the stuff you do intentionally is, like, totally lost in the statistical noise, right? If 20 times people randomly either gain or lose a token, and then at one point during that process you get to either give them a token or take a token away, the net impact of the thing you did is essentially zero, and like we're running into very much that problem here, where it's just like I feel like I have no control over anything that's happening. So you are very blight resistant in a way that I'm gonna have a hard time dealing with. Well, I can just ounce of prevention everybody. We can throw blinding gas and try to... What's your debuff resist? Only 10%? Yeah. I guess that's probably better, maybe? Hard to say. Do I want to just salve? Nah. Oh, wow. Teamwork. That's some pretty damn good teamwork. Alright, so in theory you are already dead.
Steady yourself.
Ouch. Okay, potentially a problem. I'm just gonna fix our positioning here. The blind did not apply. That's a shame.
Steady yourself.
Okay. Alright, that riposte was not so bad. 2 charges of strength. Respectful seems very good. So, all you can really do is just try to chop through one of these. Yep. Not a super fun turn. Okay, you're getting the battlefield medicine. Sadly, you can't do much better. Yeah. It's a shame that you were like exactly 51% HP, but I'm not letting you take 6. Okay, you should already be dead, so... yeah, let's push on. Well, that's something. You know, a lady. Just a normal, nice lady. Alright, plate resist super high on everybody. Let's Ooh, debuff resistance a little bit higher than I might like. It does not give a duration on these buffs, and I wish that it did. Let's go for a little bit of that.
We can rely
Okay, 3
on
turns.
each other.
That's not so bad. Yeah, the positive relationships just, they seem lovely. Do I want to throw up a taunt? I guess I'm at pretty... My health is pretty good. But we're about to attack into the vulnerable. I want to swing big. It's not big enough that it's going to change the number of hits that it's taken to bring this guy down, probably. Oh, okay. I'm going to hold off still. The salve is a little bit more valuable than many of the other combat items, so. Alright, good tanking. Well then. It is still like a lot of interruption. Like maybe that thing could happen with the animations and the words, but while I'm still able to like control the characters and make decisions. The flow of combat probably doesn't need to be interrupted quite so often. Alright, well, got one.
Promising development. Steady yourself.
Blinding her, sadly, does not stop her from singing her renditions of popular Disney standards to us. There's nothing to be done about it, really. Do I want to... maybe Razor's Wit? Just try to contribute on this guy in front? I think so. Could have been better. That's not going to work.
Animus grows in proportion to mounting pressure.
Okay, subtitles playing. Got a lot of words laying over top of words in this UI. So wait, from her position, she's no longer able to hit the front rank. So if we want this thing to die on its next turn, you have to Razor's Wit again. But now that I'm back here, I can do this. It might be... I'm gonna salve. Might be time for a salve. Just a little nervous. Well, let's try to take whatever this big hit is here. Seven, 3 turns, huh? Let's, yeah. Let's maybe cut that out.
Welcome relief from caustic agony.
Having a hell of a time with this one. I really want to be doing battle ballads right now. Or no, sorry, inspiring tunes. I'm not even in the right position for that. Well, then, let's get in the right position for that. This has been very unfortunate for our poor plague doctor.
Empowered, emboldened.
I appreciate its manners. Please don't freak out. Please don't freak out. Okay, it is definitely inspiring tune time. We have got to avert this meltdown. Okay. Kind of figured. But I'm hoping that we have time to burn you back down. That helps. That helps. Minimum damage, not so good. Seems like a good time for bleed out. Damn it, of course. You can't just not let it have its powerful ability. Oh, cool. We were right on the edge of a positive relationship. So we are bailing now. No sense in trying to fight a boss in this state. Wow, it's pretty cool. Definitely cannot do it.
In crisis, no gain is insignificant.
So we just gained a ton of items that we cannot carry. This is very good, actually. Okay, combat skills. Let's see. I'm going to replace your bandages with that. Okay. I think we've got the right combat items equipped here. -3 stress. The totems definitely stay. Yeah, all of our in items are so good. Maybe not this. I'll drop that, I guess. And then it's probably not necessary. And bandages, I guess. All right, let's just make it to the end. I hope that we are getting hope for the items that we don't pick up, because otherwise, the correct way to play
Lower your guard.
when your inventory gets full.
Soften your gaze. It is safe here.
The Shambler's Altar is a terrible name for an inn. If you get hope for throwing items away, but you don't get hope for failing to pick items up because your inventory is full, then that means that the correct way to play is to, when your inventory gets full, throw away one thing, crash into everything you see until you pick up any one object, then throw something away, then repeat, which is like a very tedious way to play. And it has no, like, mathematically it's the same as you just getting the hope for the items you don't pick up in the first place.
The Wainwright awaits, eager to ply his trade.
So I would hope
Planning and mindfulness.
that they're not doing
as
that,
vital
but
to survival as sharpened steel.
the fact that something is obviously wrong and mathematically sucks, I don't think is necessarily enough to discourage the developers from having put it into this build of the game based on some other things that are in this build of the game, you know, so. Okay, you have so many traits. And also you have a lot of stress. Could you maybe not with that? Okay, well, lost 2 stress. Realist isn't so bad. Yeah, we could drop nervous, and you need the stress reduction anyway. Okay. Then we need additional stress reduction. God, the way the lighting hits her face, she looks like terrifyingly monstrous when she's being selected. So, relationships. We want to find a pair who are close to... Okay, nobody's close to positive. Well, let's do this on these two, because they both need the reduction. You've become a bon vivant. Okay. Brave move on the game's part, being like, but did you know sometimes alcoholism's great? I can't do this to you. You're mellophobic, right, because of the music. Well, I would like it if people didn't move my jester around without my consent. But the way they usually do that is by moving Bonnie backwards, so I'm going to give her the move resist. Fire resistance, hard to know. Probably Boudica. -3 stress. Let's go Bonnie. Plus blight resistance. You don't have a lot of HP. And then food. This isn't like super critical because we're going to heal up on the road anyway. Okay. You already have some blight resistance. You get some now to de-stress you. Yeah. Okay. And I managed to pull one entire mastery point there.
The greatest teacher of all.
Think I'm gonna put it into Ounce of Prevention, honestly. I know we could use the damage up on other stuff too, but stress turns out to be a killer.
The first of many forks in the road. Choose your path.
Get text
ride
off
out
screen.
Unbowed.
It's like the subtitles are on by default, by the way. I didn't turn those on, so how did they not at any point notice that the way they're running things puts text over text like really frequently? Win 3 resistance and counter battles or clear out the Lair. Well, we don't know for sure where the Lair is. The Sprawl is going to be a lot of fire damage. The Tangle is a lot of... Mostly what we have here is blight resistance, so these are kind of both awkward. Yeah, let's just do this one.
Our great cities burn. All that beauty and knowledge. Ash on the wind.
So we have this produces poultices. What does that actually mean? When does it produce poultices? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I wish there was a number on this. You should never just have chance for a thing to happen. Tell me what the chance is. But I feel like our stagecoach is powerful-ish. Our stagecoach has a lot of effects on it that are positive. That could be good if the numbers governing them are high enough, which sadly we have no way of knowing.
The great cities of man, ruined and aflame.
Alright, so we don't have to do this boss fight. Clearing out the lair is... You know, all we're getting is 250 hope. That doesn't even help us on this run at all. But I would like to do it if we can. It seems like there's a lot of combat between here and there. Yeah, rough. Looks like a rough one ahead. This is where we're going to call it for today, of course. When you come back next time, apparently, we're just going to be spilling blood all over the sprawl. And hopefully some of it won't even be ours. And we'll see you then.